The time is here. The time has come for Death Battle. Oh shit! I did not record that. Well, that's why we have the clipping system. Okay, bet. Okay. It's time for Death Battle. How long is this fight? Hopefully it's like under 3 minutes. We'll see.
Well,
damn!
Well, look who's here.
They got U2s? That's fire. Yeah. Bakugo versus Reze is gonna be so tough.
Versus Reze, the god of explosions versus the bomb devil.
Oh my god.
Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
Death Battle. Let's freaking go. I'm ready.
Wiz, there's nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning, the rush of the shockwave, the flash of combustion. I love it when stuff goes boom.
Boom.
And no one knows that feeling better than Katsuki Bakugo.
When your name literally means powerful bomb, it's no wonder he was born with the quirk explosion.
They must have renamed him after they found out what quirk he was, bro. Let's be honest.
I can only dream of having hands that rad.
Quirks are genetic superpowers that most humans are born with. Bakugo inherited his quirk from his parents. Specifically, it was a combination of his father's combustible acid sweat and his mother's glycerin skin secretions.
Making Bakugo sweat basically like nitroglycerin. And the more he sweats, the bigger the booms.
That's
His
awesome.
Parents basically made the perfect kid, absolutely oozing with shonen main character energy.
Bakugo felt similarly, so much so that he started bullying his childhood friend who happened to be born without a quirk.
Yeah, okay, he's kind of a snot-nosed turd sometimes, but come on, Wiz, the kabooms! They're so cool.
Quirks are a natural biological feature of a person's body. In the same way that we don't really think about walking or breathing, Bakugo's explosions became like any other limb, especially with his rigorous training.
Bakugo quickly picked up on how to use his explosions to obliterate anything in sight, block attacks, launch himself around, and quickly maneuver in midair at hypersonic speeds, which requires a ton of focus and on-the-fly calculations.
And despite getting this incredibly dangerous quirk when he was 4, he somehow never killed himself or anyone else that we know of. Bakugo was truly a prodigy, destined for greatness.
Taking someone's hand
and his only goal was to surpass Japan's numero uno superhero and his personal idol, All Might. In Bakugo's mind, the only person who wins no matter what. Absolute victory. No problem for the main character.
Except Katsuki wasn't the protagonist that he thought he was. That would be Izuku Midoriya, the quirkless child Bakugo bullied. In truth, he was threatened by Izuku's tenacity despite being quirkless.
Really? That crybaby's the main character? Well, Bakugo's inferiority complex would only get worse when Deku somehow landed a quirk that was just as cool, and both were accepted to the same superhero high school, UA High.
There, he would learn to be a superhero and fully develop his ultimate moves.
Like flying through the sky faster than sound with turbo speed, blinding people with stun grenade, focusing his blasts into armor-piercing shots, or making a big-ass tornado of death.
The howitzer impact involves Bakugo
that shit
spinning
is
himself
so
in midair
crazy.
with his explosions, building up a tremendous amount of swirling oxygen, and then igniting it all for one hell of a boom.
He's pretty smart when it comes to strategizing mid-fight. He even developed new techniques for his quirk faster than Deku did.
UA High also aided Bakugo's development by preparing him with his iconic Grenadier bracers, gauntlets that allow him to store up his sweat, gross, for prolonged bouts, or to release all of it at once in a single massive blast.
He's also got his hero suit, which helps him sweat faster in order to build up stronger attacks. Or the Strafe Panzer, these badass turrets mounted to his back that store his sweat as ammo. With all of that, it wasn't long before Bakugo made his hero debut.
He's so tough, man.
The Bombshell Hero, Great Explosion Murder God,
Great Explosion Murder God, Dynamite.
The more colons, the merrier.
But despite some early wins, Bakugo failed to live up to his own sky-high expectations.
Yeah, he definitely
had the makings of a great hero, if only he could get out of his own way and put the team before his ego.
Especially when he was kidnapped by the League of Villains, ultimately leading Bakugo to blame himself for All Might's retirement.
He's dapped up
needed to change.
when he got saved.
So he vented his frustrations in a slugfest with Deku and realized something crucial. that the kind of absolute victory that defined All Might wasn't victory for himself, but victory for everyone.
He was starting to become the prodigy everyone knew he could be. I mean, hell, even while he was unconscious, he kept analyzing the fight he was in and coming up
I'm
with
not gonna lie,
counters.
if he doesn't win, I'm gonna be mad.
Bakugo's powerful enough to shatter Todoroki's
If he doesn't win, I'll be mad.
ice wall, fast enough to keep up with villains like Shigaraki.
Look at that!
Light beams, and tough enough to survive. Well,
You think Reze could beat Shigaraki, nigga? No. Oh my god, my boy Bakugo. He said, boom! You're dead.
Being dead? Yep, you heard us. Bakugo was killed. Dead as a doornail.
Oh, yeah, I guess he did
and
die.
then a single bead of sweat floating through his bloodstream detonated and restarted his heart. If that isn't main character plot armor,
That's hard
I
as
don't know what
hell.
is.
his stamina is perhaps the craziest thing about him. After all, he is tanking the recoil of all of his explosions.
Even with the
my
overuse
God,
of his
that's
blasts,
crazy.
literally tearing his body apart, he kept trying to make him stronger, and eventually his quirk awakened.
Holy shit.
Essentially, when a quirk evolves to become stronger.
What's
now,
good?
by condensing his explosions into smaller and more powerful clusters, Bakugo could enhance all of his techniques.
He's so
Let the
good.
howitzer impact
Damn, am I
cluster,
glazing? I might
a
be.
stunning achievement in the field of explosionology, or kaboom theory for the
Kaboom
layman.
theory.
Powerful enough to shatter the side of a mountain or blow apart Uehai itself. Judging by the school's size, we can estimate Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster yielded over 300 kilotons of TNT.
Given Bakugo's whole deal is explosions, it makes sense to say.
You watched the new season of Ninjago? No, I have not. I have to be on par with my content, unfortunately. So I have to like watch like other shows like Daredevil. I only really watch shows that interline with my content. If I'm gonna be honest with you, and Ninjago does not really do that right now, especially because Cole's Cole voice actor, man. I can't do it. It's not the same.
Finds out what a ton of TNT actually is.
Is it good, though?
It's literally
Let me know.
the energy contained in 1,000 kilograms of trinitrotoluene.
A chemical compound composed of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon.
That's the recipe for kabooms. Now, imagine a pile of TNT as big as the Empire State Building blowing up all at once. That's Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster.
And
Damn!
Explosions can launch him so fast, it's like time stands still around him.
Like when he covered a huge part
I
of the
mean, he
city
should
in a
be
fraction
dead
of a
realistically.
second,
Yes?
almost
Okay, good.
400 times the speed of sound.
That's
And that's not all.
crazy.
Now he can detonate his sweat remotely and from all over his body, not just his palms.
With all of this crazy bullshit, Bakugo became one of the strongest heroes on Earth, enough to battle and defeat All Might's lifelong arch nemesis, All for One.
Oh,
yeah,
tough.
that's right, the main villain. Who's the protagonist now, Deku?
Bakugo literally and figuratively surpassed his childhood idol and proved his mettle as a hero.
So
Number
tough.
5 on the rankings and rising. Not bad, Kachan.
But more important than proving it to his friends,
There's no way
to
that
All
nigga's
Might,
number 5,
or
let's
even
be
to
honest.
Deku, he proved it to himself.
Yeah, whatever. Take that, losers! Sickest quirk in the world over here! Dynamite! Dynamite! Dynamite!
Yeah, bro. I need Bakugo to win this. I cannot lie.
Wiz, what happened to you? You look funny and squishy.
I'm over here, Boomstick.
Okay,
That's the
Reze. Let's see.
Death, war, famine,
Damn.
conquest. Humanity has been plagued by all manner of ills since they
Conquest.
first crawled out of the primordial ooze. In the world of Chainsaw Man, there is nothing to fear but fear itself.
Because fear itself is real, and they're called devils.
Literally devils from hell. These monstrous beings are the living embodiments of humanity.
So you're not gonna watch this because I can just tell you the best part. It's not that. It's not on my radar right now. So yeah. I don't think I'm gonna like it just because I know it's more tailored to kids now. And I'm not a kid anymore, right? So yeah. I don't think it's gonna be my thing. I'm trying to see people box. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see people like fucking crazy animation. I just don't think it's my thing anymore, unfortunately. I might honestly think I've grown out of it. I still love it
to that
as
fear.
childhood and shit
So
like
the
that.
chicken devil might be
But,
so
like-
weak you could keep him as a class pet, like you know,
Probably not the new
But
shit.
what
So I
about
don't
the
really
Bat
care.
Devil
It's up to you.
or the Ghost Devil?
The Ghost Devil?
The devil embodying man's fears of one of the greatest weapons it's ever created, the Bomb Devil.
Little is known about the origins of the Bomb Devil's current host, Reze, if that even is her real name.
She might look cute and kawaii, but she's actually a Soviet assassin trained from birth to be one of the deadliest killers on
That's
the planet.
crazy.
Basically a Black Widow. A cold and lonely existence for anyone, but quadruply so in a world as effed up as this.
But all Reze wanted was a safe, normal,
That's actually
quiet
insane.
life. As much a fable to her as
was crazy
Aesop's
animation?
country mouse.
Don't
Too
don't
bad.
make me look, and
You
if
are
it's
now
not,
a
I'm gonna look at you
walking,
crazy.
talking explosive. Have fun.
At some point, the girl known as Reze was implanted with a fragment of the Bomb Devil and became a hybrid, a human possessing a devil's powers without sacrificing their humanity, transforming their body into a living
That's
weapon.
so
As a
crazy.
hybrid, Reze's strength and speed are way crazier than a normal human's, and with her martial arts training, she's a force to be reckoned with up close. Also, Wiz, check out the bomb for a head.
Someone like
Yeah,
Reze
she
would
literally
eat
has a
you
bomb as a
alive,
head.
literally. Should devils like Reze take any damage whatsoever,
She
they can
heals.
heal by consuming blood.
And that lets hybrids survive some pretty insane stuff, like having their limbs torn off, getting bisected clean
Oh,
in half,
yeah, they have
or
to
being
fucking have
roasted
blood to
alive.
heal, though.
Just slurp some blood and they're good as new.
Yeah.
Especially useful considering the Bomb Devil's primary ability is literally blowing herself up. Reze can emit explosions from any surface of her body, even tearing off limbs and turning them into bombs. that
That's
she can detonate
sick!
At will.
Damn, that's hardcore. She can use these blasts to jet through the sky at hypersonic speeds, maneuver and redirect herself in midair, and enhance the
Ooh, she
strength
looks
and
so
speed of her
tough.
Or Reze can send sparks that can ignite the atmosphere in explosions that tear apart entire cities. Making herself stronger the more fear her wanton destruction creates.
As long as the area
Whoa.
around her is dry enough to maintain ignition, Reze can create as many explosions as she wants, non-stop.
She can even turn her own body into different types of real-world bombs to massively enhance their power.
Like transforming her leg into a torpedo or her apron into dynamite. Every
That's
single
so
inch of
sick,
Reze
actually.
is a living weapon.
So we don't act like this is not kind of like Rex. Rex is way worse though. Rex like has to touch shit to explode it.
This made her feared
He's
across
way
the
worse.
devil world as one of their mightiest warriors, and the perfect choice to
She
assassinate
literally is a
Japan's
bomb.
newly acquired devil hybrid, Chainsaw Man.
That's
You see,
awesome.
You might not think chainsaws are all that scary, at least not compared to bombs, but the Chainsaw Devil is special.
Any devil the Chainsaw Devil consumes becomes deleted from reality, retroactively erased from humanity's collective consciousness.
And here I thought chainsaws were for boring stuff like trees or Texas massacres. Silly me.
This ability makes the Chainsaw Devil the most important being alive and invaluable for any global power to control.
Except instead
Nigga,
of meeting
why?
the fearsome chainsaw of legend, Reze met Denji, a dumb, horny teenage boy just looking for anyone, to love.
And for once,
Literally.
Reze actually hesitated. Rather than immediately kill her target, she got to know him and found they weren't so different. Both were used as tools of the state, as weapons of war rather than people. A kindred spirit in a hostile world, Denji wanted to drink up as much of the excitement of life as he could. The town mouse to her country mouse.
And thankfully, he was super easy for a pretty face to manipulate.
It wouldn't be the only time.
Reze's nothing if not professional, and she gave Denji one parting gift. To teach him the way devils did battle before he died.
As the embodiment of one of the deadliest weapons known to man,
Yo, I'm so
Reze's
locked in,
power
I'm
is
not gonna
off
lie
the
to you.
charts, capable of creating an explosion more than 400 meters in diameter. That's over 4 football fields long.
To have a blast that size, you'd need to be exploding with over 2 kilotons
Okay, I
of
will say it's
TNT.
looking like
comparable
Bakugo
to
is
nuclear
faster.
weapons, which is really
I don't know
impressive
who's
considering
stronger,
Reze is not the devil of nuclear bombs. That's apparently an entirely separate thing.
Despite her
There is a devil of nuclear bombs? It's GG's.
bombs being technically conventional, they're just that strong.
Likely comparable to other powerful devils like the Gun Devil, who could travel across the world and kill millions of people in 5 minutes.
That'd be over
That's
500
insane.
times the speed of sound.
She's even stronger than the Typhoon Devil, a sentient city-spanning storm.
The literal coughing baby to her hydrogen bomb.
Unfortunately for Reze, Denji took her lessons to heart and proved he was more than a fitting host for the Chainsaw Devil.
He whooped her ass, but spared her life. Just in case her seduction wasn't a total act after all.
But it
Damn.
wasn't meant to be. Whether Reze chose the safe life of the country mouse or the exciting life of the town.
Ooh, I feel a spoiler coming on. Let's just skip that and we'll go right into the fight. All right, Reze versus Bakugo.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for.
Well, learn the potential of. Yeah, like that's cool. But I just don't think I just think I'm at that point where it doesn't really matter to me anymore. I'm not gonna lie.
Death battle.
Let me actually.
Set, and we've run the data off the essential open earbuds. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a
death battle! I got Bakugo. I got my boy. You can't stop it. Can't stop it. Oh, good stuff. Animation-wise.
I've been sent to collect your head, Dynamite.
Better villains than you have tried, lady. You tell your bosses that after I send you back in a coffin!
Ooh!
How would I tell them that if I was already dead? Wow, you're quick.
Shut up and die!
Okay, Bakugo, lock in. But I don't even think she can die, though. That was sick. She's punching them. Oh, her head. Oh, she got.
Damn!
She's gonna blow up.
Damn!
Oh my god. Damn! Turned into a fucking injustice fight. Ew. Ooh, Bakugo! Ha! Okay, it's still looking good for Bakugo right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Lose it, people!
Save me, Dynamite!
That's her. Oh, she just healed. Yeah. Damn. It was looking for good for my boy. Damn!
Leave them out of this!
Oh my god. Please don't die. Come on, die. He's so hurt. Bakugo, please.
Your blood was delicious.
It's time. Lock in, boy.
You bit off a bit more than you could chew!
Ooh!
My blood is the only thing you drank! It's my sweat you should worry about, dumbass!
Oh! Smart! He's gonna be way too fast for that.
I'm aiming for absolute victory!
Oh my god!
Impact Cluster!
Come on, Bakugo! Come on, Kachan! Boom! That's my boy, man. That's my boy right there. Do it!
Scratch that.
Ah!
Not enough for a coffin.
Woo! Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's my boy right
Sorry
there.
to hear about your girlfriend that passed away. She gets 5 big booms. Boom!
5 big
Please
booms.
just shut up. On the surface, these two seemed evenly matched.
No,
so let's
bro.
break this fight down into
My boy
3
Bakugo
categories.
had
Their
that.
speed, their stamina, and their
Bakugo
firepower.
had
First
it.
up, let's talk speed.
Yeah.
Both Bakugo and Reze could rocket through the sky at hypersonic speeds and maneuver and redirect themselves on a dime in the middle of fights. To the casual observer, at least, they'd seem to be on par with each other.
So we have to look at the people they've fought to compare.
Reze has battled Chainsaw Man, who could match and defeat someone using the Gun Devil's power.
The same gun devil that could literally fly around the world, killing millions of people at over 500 times the speed of sound.
Impressive, but compare that to Bakugo fighting Shigaraki.
That's what
who
I'm
could react
saying.
fast enough to catch light beams with his bare hands.
That's over 1,000 times faster. And that was before Bakugo's
we already knew he was
awakening
faster,
that
though.
made him even faster
We already
than
knew he was
that.
faster.
With reaction speed of that caliber,
Next.
there's little chance Reze could ever
Next.
get the drop on Bakugo, and would likely be forced to play catch-up in a duel. Speed goes to Bakugo.
Yeah, we already
However,
knew.
speed doesn't matter if one couldn't truly hurt the other. A big part of this fight is their stamina.
Bakugo's durability is mind-boggling. He's survived being impaled through the torso, and
Yeah.
has even brought himself back to life.
But
Yeah.
unlike Reze, his stamina does eventually hit a limit. Every explosion he makes whittles him down just a little bit more and uses up more and more of his sweat. Without a break, he can eventually run out.
Whereas Reze can effectively create bombs without respite, and from a distance.
Unlike
she is a bomb.
Bakugo, who usually likes to get up close and personal.
Okay.
Furthermore, her devil hybrid physiology gives her an actual regenerative healing factor.
Yeah, literally.
Allowing her to shrug off the same kind of mortal blows that would eventually kill Bakugo, main character plot armor or not.
If this ever
Facts.
became a war of attrition, Reze had it in the bag. Stamina goes to Reze.
Yep.
However, it's unlikely it would ever get to that point. The biggest factor in this fight was always going to be their raw firepower.
Explosions! First, we gotta compare their two biggest blasts. Reze's nuclear light bomb against Denji versus Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster.
And the difference is obvious. Based on calculating their
God
sizes,
damn!
Bakugo's 300 kiloton explosion was over 100 times more powerful than Reze's 2 kiloton blast.
But that's not all. Remember the Typhoon Devil.
Coughing baby or not, to create a storm big enough to cover Tokyo's over 2,000 square kilometers, he'd have to be generating more than 400 kilotons of TNT.
Greater than Bakugo, right? But that's not all. Again, Bakugo's howitzer impact once shattered the size of this big-ass mountain. And despite being earlier on in the series, it was ginormous. Almost 3 kilometers in radius.
Or just over 2 megatons of TNT. 5 times more powerful than the Typhoon Devil, and way
Oh my god,
beyond
they're just
anything we've
talking
seen
right
Reze
now
do.
about
And this
fucking
was
shit.
Bakugo before reaching his
tough.
full power in his fight against All For One.
Yeah.
Bakugo takes the final edge in explosions.
And remember, Bakugo withstands the recoil of all his blasts. So even though Reze had greater stamina, Bakugo was more than tough enough to hang on and get his kill shot, especially with his superior speed.
Yeah, that
Devil
shit
healing
had the
factors
fucking
can
edge.
be overtaxed with enough damage. Hell, she needed to drink blood a couple times against Denji just to keep fighting.
Against someone as fast and powerful as Bakugo, she would not get the chance to heal consistently, or perhaps at all.
And what happens when devils die? They Bakugo to hell.
The winner is Katsuki Bakugo.
Hero, great explosion, murder, god, dynamite. Next time on Deathbattle.
Ooh, what are we getting? Gru versus Megamind!